you guys know what type of Lamborghini this is. I just know it's a Spider. So, but yeah, should we make the S650 Mustang fast enough to clap about? Tell me it doesn't look like a Camaro. Tell me it doesn't give you like 6th gen Camaro vibes. Now another cool thing that all my Camaro guys are probably going to be amazed and shocked by is this can actually run on 87. It's like our Camaros cannot run on 87. Our Camaros only run on 93. Well, let's see. 87 plus right there.
Yeah, there's love, there's hate, lies and games, faith.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. And today, me as an avid Camaro owner, I'm going to tell you the truth about the S650 Mustang GT. I'm going to tell you what my ownership experience has been like coming out of our 2021 Camaro SS 1 Elite, as well as my 2013 Camaro SS 1 Elite and my 2016 Camaro SS and I've had a bunch of different Camaros. Like, you know, I've had a bunch of them. So yeah, this is going to be the honest truth about what it's like living with this car. And for other Camaro owners that are upset that they can no longer get Camaros, I'm going to tell you why I actually believe this is the car for you. And I'll show you in detailed reasons why. Let's go. All right, so to kind of give you guys some context, so this is a S650 Mustang, I think with the performance package on it. Tell me it doesn't look like a Camaro. Tell me it doesn't give you like 6th gen Camaro vibes. So this, I believe, has like the wider wheels and tires on here. Let me see what this is rocking. Okay, no, so it has the same 255s, 40, but ZR19. So these are 255s, but they're 19s, all right? But this is the wing that I wanted to get on the back of my S650 right here, all right? And then this is the active exhaust with the 2 tailpipes there. So this is something, man, I was actually surprised with the tires being the same 255s, but I definitely want to add that wing to my S650 and potentially the exhaust. I may just find a way to just do the tips, because I think for me to do this exhaust, I'd have to change out that back there. But I don't know. It definitely gives Camaro vibes. And the best thing about this S650, or my S650 as well, right? The S650, it's, I would say, a little bit faster than the 6th gen Camaro, and you can see out of it better. So that's a huge thing. But yeah, wanted to kind of let you guys see this one here, as it's close to how I'm going to build mine a little bit, because I'm going to eventually switch out the wheels to have bigger, wider wheels. You guys will be surprised with the design, but that wing is something that, you know, I plan on adding as well. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so I had to finish up this video in the garage, as you can see, because it's raining here. But you guys just saw me show you the other S650 Mustang GT that's in black. I actually met the owner when he came out. He was really cool guy, but his own was a 10R80, so I didn't want to use that as an example and get him on camera and stuff. But at least aesthetically, you guys can see on the outside how that very much so resembles 6th gen Camaro, right? And I think that is the first appeal for us Camaro guys, that we no longer have like a manual gearbox Challenger, or even a V8 Charger that we can go over to. So our only real choices, honestly, is the Nissan Z, the Toyota Supra. I would guess also the Honda Civic Type R, which I already had and would get again. And I think also the Hyundai Elantra N could be a choice as well. But as far as like apples to apples, the closest thing that we're going to get is this S650 Mustang GT. And if you guys are wondering why my Tacoma X-Runner is not here, it's out getting some work done. So stay tuned. We got some heat coming up with the X-Runner. So yeah, so you saw it at the beginning of the video, but then had to go drop it off to get some work done. Should be back in a couple days. And yeah, so that's gonna be dope. But let's get back to this S650. So one of the things that made me choose this, because remember, I already had a 2024 Volkswagen Golf GTI. That was a 380 edition with the manual gearbox. I had a 2024 Volkswagen Golf R, also with the manual gearbox. And they just didn't do it for me because I also at the same time had a 2023 FL5 Honda Civic Type R. And that car was just amazing. That is a great replacement. The only thing about the FF5 Honda Civic Type R, because to me it handles and drives better than the Camaro, especially even my Camaro SS 1LE, but it just didn't have that sound or that raw power. Like in an actual race, both the Mustang and the Camaro will dog walk the Type R if it's stock for stock. So that's one thing. So if you want to get that V8 rumble, you're definitely going to want to get the Mustang. And I'll put in a quick clip here so you guys can hear what it sounds like. So yeah, so if you want that V8 rumble, you want that V8 sound, you're gonna want to get the Mustang. Now here's another thing. Look at this angle. Tell me this is not the classic, beautiful looking, basic like muscle car look. Like, and this started off the pony cars, so it makes sense that it would do it. It gives you that look, it gives you that feel. So some of those other cars, like, so for me, I'm 6'6", I can't fit comfortably in a Toyota Supra. I can't fit comfortably in a Nissan Z. So for me, this is it. Like, I could squeeze myself into one of those, but I'm not going to be happy, and I might eventually end up getting back problems with those. And the other thing too, I could have gone, and this is what I was planning on doing before I bought this S650 Mustang. I was actually looking at used Camaro SS 1LEs to go get another one. But the reality is they're charging more for those used Camaro SS 1LEs than what you would get for a brand new, you know, S650 Mustang GT, and it's just not worth it in my opinion. It's just not worth it to go pay more money for a used car that you don't know whether they beat up on it, you don't know, you know, what's been done to it, what issues it may have, and yeah. So, and plus, a lot of those 6th gen Camaros, and this is like all my Camaro guys, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of them potentially have lifter issues, and that's something that I didn't want to deal with either. I'd rather just get something new, and these Coyote motors are pretty much, they're super stout, you know, they're proven, they're stout, and they're going to keep on going no matter what. Plus, they're a newer design, you know. So that's one thing. Now, for all my Camaro guys, I know you know about this. The interior to me, and you could look at it and tell me what you think. I think the interior in the S650 is a little bit more modern and sleeker than in the 6th gen Camaros. And then two, it also, you have better visibility. So when you're in here, let me see. So when you're actually in here, you can see out of the vehicle a lot better. You can see out of it a lot better. Way better visibility, way better tech. Like, so many things that I feel like the S650 is just doing a little bit better. And we have a beautiful 6-speed manual gearbox. And I like with the Mustang, the reverse, you have to pull this up and shift it over to put it into reverse. Versus with the Camaro, it's like up and over there. So when you're power shifting, there's a chance that you could potentially, it feels like you may potentially put it into reverse when trying to go into 5th gear. So that's one of the things that you're going to enjoy about here. Now, one of the things you're not going to enjoy is I would say the suspension on these. Like, I haven't driven, well, I did drive one track pack version, and it felt a lot more similar to the Camaro SS 1LE. So maybe it's just, you know, because this is the base non-track version that the suspension doesn't feel great. So the suspension doesn't feel great in this when you compare it to SS1 Elite, but there are options, there are things that I can do to fix the suspension and make it feel just as good, if not better, than my old Camaro SS1 Elite. So that's something to be aware of. Like, I think driving this, it's way more comfortable than a Camaro, so it's a better cruiser. It's just something that I would even dare say it's even more fun. It's even more fun because, I don't know, I think they made the Camaro so good. Like, it's kind of in that Porsche territory where the Porsches are so neat and so buttoned up that you don't enjoy them as much, but it's going to get the job done. It's going to do what you need to do. And I think the Camaro, especially the Camaro SS1 Elite, is closer to being in that sports car Porsche territory where sometimes you're going fast, but it doesn't feel like you're going fast because everything is so smooth and so buttoned up. Like, it's like a track weapon. Whereas this is fun and you know you're moving when you're moving. It has like a higher pitch tone. The V8 has a higher pitch tone, whereas the Camaro has a lower pitch tone. So it's just a character that's built into the S650 that just makes it a lot more fun to drive. Like, it's more of a fun feeling car compared to the Camaro. So that's something to know too. Now, I think the Camaro 9 times out of 10 will hold its value better than the S650 Mustang, but you guys can comment below and let me know what you think. But then after owning both, and this being my first Mustang, there's something special. There's a special feeling you get when you own one of these cars, and I don't know if it's because of the heritage of the Mustang, but it just feels a little bit more special. You know, you see that pony there, and you got the pony there. You got your pony there, if you can see that right there. There's little things to where they show off their heritage. Like, you can see all the different generations of Mustangs here, right? And then another thing too, there's more usable space. So in the Camaro, the trunk space is very closed off. I feel like in the Camaro, it's like from like here to here. And this is a lot wider. So I can actually fit groceries, a lot of groceries. I can fit actual things in here. I can fit like a spare tire in there. I can fit more usable things in here. And it's a pretty big, trunk area. Oh yeah, and also more Easter eggs, so there's little things that makes it feel like this is more special. And I would say it's a more practical car as well. So for all my Camaro guys, man, yes, Chevy has done us dirty. They are not producing another manual gearbox V8 muscle car Camaro. There's no 7th gen Camaro. There's no V8 Camaro, Who knows what they're going to do? Hopefully they see stuff like this and they get their act together and they eventually, build a 7th gen Camaro for us. But because there isn't, I think this is your best choice, man. Or you can go Honda Civic Type R, or if you could fit into a Supra, like I wish they made the Supra bigger, because if I could fit in a Supra, I would have gotten a Supra, But, if you want, but even with the Supra, you're not going to get that V8 rumble, and you're not going to get the same amount. This is 480 horsepower, so here's the elephant in the room, all my Camaro guys, right? So you guys know I've had a 2013 SS1 Elite. I had a 2016 Camaro SS. I've had a 2021 Camaro SS1 Elite. I put pictures of all of them here so you guys can see them. But yeah, so I've had all those cars. I've had a couple more Camaros too. Like, I've had a decent amount of Camaros in my time. And this S650 Mustang GT feels faster than all of them. I'm just being real. And I've tested it in 0 to 60. It is faster. And this is on 255 tires. So imagine when I put some bigger tires on this, because I'm probably going to put 305s in the rear and 285s in the front, similar to what I had in my Camaro SS1 Elite. I already picked out the wheels that I want and stuff. And I think this will be, faster with just that. Plus, we know these Coyote motors, they pick up power pretty big with just simple mods, because this is not tunable yet. But this one is a 24 model year, so I think once tuning becomes available, this will be one of the first ones. But look at that. We have the hydraulic hood struts as well. And another thing, so with the Camaro, the battery is in the trunk area. With this, the battery's up front, it's underneath here. You just lift this up, it's underneath there. You got the dual intakes and dual throttle bodies. So I think what I'm gonna do, eventually I'm gonna upgrade to the Steeda cold air intakes. I may update the throttle body as well, the throttle bodies, you know. I'm gonna put a strut brace here and tighten up the suspension. So I think just by tightening up the suspension, doing the intake, eventually I may do headers or exhaust, because I heard when you do both, like these things are crazy loud. So you guys comment below and let me know, because I already have an H-pipe. So I'm gonna put an H-pipe on it first and then do the intakes and the suspension and the strut brace and all of that. I'm gonna see how much faster that makes it. Now, another cool thing that all my Camaro guys are probably gonna be amazed and shocked by is this can actually run on 87. It's like our Camaros cannot run on 87. Our Camaros only run on 93. Well, let's see. 87 plus right there. So this can run on 87. So if you're looking for something that's also going to be able to save you gas and all of that, you can run this on 87. The Camaro can't do that. You know what I mean? So that's another thing to keep in mind. So I want you guys to let me know in the comments, right? Can you see yourself, if you've been a Camaro owner, and if you were like me, you've never bought a Ford product, never bought a Mustang, can you see yourself coming over to the dark side and finally getting a Mustang GT? Comment below and let me know. But yeah, man, by the way, shout out to RaceCar21. I'm sure you're going to enjoy this video. Shout out to Q the Chaotic, Blueprint Wanna Lead, 100 Grand Nate. Shout out to Will Motivation, Moves 2X. Shout out to Fast Life, Kappa for Life, Street Demon. Is it? Speed Demon, my bad, I messed up your name. I said Street Demon. Speed Demon, shout out to you, brother. Shout out to Dr. Robert. Shout out to all you guys, man. Like, this has been an amazing journey. Like, and I'm glad I'm bringing you guys along with me, so you guys can see, you know, for you guys that have been like OG subscribers that's been watching me from back when I had the 2021 Subaru WRX SDI. That's another awesome car that they don't make. Subaru, get your act together, man. Bring back the SDI. There's a couple cars that needs to come back. Like the V8 manual gearbox Challenger needs to come back. Subaru WRX SDI needs to come back. And a 7th gen Camaro also needs to come back with the V8 and manual gearbox option. But Ford, kudos to you for continuing to give the people what they want. And I think you did an amazing job with this S650 Mustang. But that's it for this one. Race Car Friends, out. All right, so now we got a Lamborghini Huracan Spider on the road here. Looks like he's about to get squished in by this truck. Let me see, he made it though, he made it. So, let's see. Yeah. If you guys know what type of Lamborghini this is, I just know it's a Spider, so. But yeah, should we make the S650 Mustang fast enough to clap him up? Yes, I think we should.